I'm in the way. these, Tom?
No, I don't need them. The flies don't bother me.
Really? No, like you're serious?
Yeah.
Go on.
I can go out, once I get over the initial reaction of the flies, they don't bother me. Right? They just stay out.
Fly around.
Yeah. Just fly around me. They don't light on me or anything. Right? It's always been...
figured it out. You're not 50.
I'm probably not 50.
Yeah, they say much.
Anyway, I'm down to Carol's garage. Out there is his gremlin. You can see that. All right.
Gizzy
Gizzy the gremlin.
Gizmo
the gremlin? Is that what it is? We've been splitting wood. Carol, where did you get that wood splitter?
I bought it in Shubenacadie.
Okay.
From a big Indian fella. He had a head on him like that.
Really?
It was huge. And he kept telling me when he was showing me how it worked.
Yeah.
Like the blade stops or the
pusher.
The pusher thing stops about 4 inches from the knife.
Yeah.
And he kept telling me, put your head in there. And no, I bought that over 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's done a lot of wood.
I imagine it has. Well, you're doing what, 8 cords a year?
Minimum.
Minimum 8 cords, yeah.
I think this is the first time I've ever got 8 cords.
Yeah.
It's usually 10 or 11 or something like that.
Well, what horsepower is it, you know?
It's a 13.
13 horsepower. It stumped on that one piece, but I mean that was amazing. That piece was only 8 inches in diameter,
but if they're really twisty and knotty.
Yeah. Well, when you got it apart, you could see the knot went almost right across the log, right? That was quite impressive.
I've seen some sticks of wood, softwood for sure. If they have a big knot in the middle of it, it'll just slice right through it.
Right on.
Cut it right off.
Well, you had stuff on that 3 or 4 times that size and with knots in it, but it didn't seem to jam up like that one.
No, the little ones, see, it's got a tall blade on it.
Yeah.
A tall knife. And if the wood is twisty, it goes in and it starts to
Twist.
try to follow the curve of the wood.
Yeah.
The twist.
Yeah.
And that's when it binds right up.
Yeah. But I mean, some of those pieces you were splitting out there, I mean, that's pretty friggin' impressive. That's a Honda engine?
Honda.
Right? And it's been outdoors like for 15 years, right?
At least.
Done much work on the engine?
Never touched it.
Never touched it. Jeez.
I don't think I've even replaced the spark plug.
Go away. That's pretty
friggin' amazing.
That's a commercial for Honda engine.
It would only be 5 or 6 hours a year you'd run it, would it? Maybe
well, I used to rent it out
total.
too. I used to rent it out.
Oh, did you? Holy God, it's a wonder it's not trash by now. You know,
It
how
is.
other people,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, the worst about other people is they tend to throttle it right up. And it doesn't really increase the power any.
No.
It increases the speed.
Yeah, that's right.
The ram goes.
And how much gas you're using.
And how much gas.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can set that at an idle, basically. What you want to do is have it stepped up just enough so that when it comes up against a really tough stick, it doesn't stall.
Yeah.
It'll just kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, in no time was that on the verge of stalling out there. You know, you hit a couple of really tough pieces there. That one piece that just stopped it. But the thing is that the engine just, you know, was chugging, and it was just that it stopped it up. I mean.
Well, horsepower is enough to get the needs with the hydraulics.
Yeah.
The real power comes from the pump and the piston.
Yeah.
Now, are there mobile people that will go around to some of these yards and split wood that's already chunked? That would bring their splitter and do it?
I don't know. I often thought about starting a business like that.
Well, I think we should.
I don't like splitting wood that much now, Bill.
Yeah, but that
Well, we'll put a dooflicky on your dooflicky out there, and you can do it.
Yeah.
And I'll come up and video you.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe with luck, we'll video you when you take that massive coronary.
What you do is you video me, and I'd be the before, and he'd be the after going out running, right?
They're all great until you get a stick.
Like that.
On the blade like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling Carl, I bet you some of that stuff that jammed up a bit, I bet you his father would look at that with an axe and dissect that piece of wood and hit it in one spot and probably split it right past the knot in it, right?
Well, old Bruce was up up the house one day, and there was a piece there, and it had all the hash marks in it where I hit that thing, I don't know how many times. And he'd come in just as I'm going, you know, and he says, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to split that. And he says, oh, here, give it to me. He flipped the piece over, and he goes, and he goes, boom, piece fell off. Boom, piece fell off. Boom, piece fell off. Like, and I said, you've done this before. And he just gave me that glare, right? But it's amazing to watch those older guys. And you wonder just, you know, because they were splitting wood when they were 6 years old, for Christ's sake. You know, and I find it amazing. Yes.
No, I wonder what it'd be worth. I mean, if you went in somebody's yard and they had 5 cord of wood all chunk, what you would charge them to?
Well, you charge an hourly rate.
Oh,
I
okay.
would think. And
One man in the machine, that'd be worth $30 an hour at the least, I would think.
Oh, I would think
Or less.
if you didn't do it for 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'd be outdoing yourself. Yeah.
Well, I'll take 20 an hour. Let's get her going.
Oh no, that'd be all. Now what you'd have to do is hire a bunch of kids like that kid over there, right? Somebody would just you could drive them for friggin' 8 hours, right? You know.
I'd be no good stacking. They'd be calling me every second day. I'd have to go over.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of a knack to stacking wood.
Yeah.
I was helping old Jim, and I think I was doing more damage than good, right? I was trying to be...
Well, you know what? Being come from a ways from the city, right? Bill there, him and I grew up in the same street, you know. But coming from the city, right, there's a lag time it takes you to figure some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, I think a lot of people have gone away from my place just laughing their arse off at me, right? And going, my God, he's going to freeze to death this winter. Yeah. You know, and I'm pretty sure of that because, like, I think they just shake their heads and they think, what the hell's he doing now? Right?
Well, I only got one minor injury. That's just a blackened fingernail.
That was early. Yeah, you just dropped it on your...
Yeah. But geez, some of those pieces are heavy, boy.
Oh, some of them were heavy, yeah.
Well, that's what I say. If I was on the other side of that, lifting them up, I would have been done probably 20 minutes into it.
Don't want to kill yourself with that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, no, jeez.
I don't mind it too bad.
No, you're used to it. Hey, that's the difference. And I mean,
it's the back.
It's a knack to anything.
It's the back,
It's a knack to anything, right?
Well, that's why I had to get the little wood splitter, because even with the, you know, the 4 or 5 cords that I do a year, it was getting to the point my shoulder was gone. My lower back is gone because of all the damage I did to it over the years, and I got to have everything up, you know. And I do so much. I'll go out and I'll do an hour and a half, and that's it. Once the back starts aching, I'm finished.
Well, even still, Tommy, I mean, his furnace takes big hunks. I mean, you'd have to split that 2 or 3 more times.
Oh yeah, I'd split that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because of my stove is so small compared to what you're putting in.
You can put 3 big hunks of that in this.
I was quite impressed by the fact that, I was going, holy crap, he's putting that in, that'll keep it going all night, you know?
Well, anything like 8 inches around or smaller, I'm not even going to bother splitting.
No.
You know, I mean, I might split the odd piece here and there. But
yeah. But you know what I find? I was watching you and I was going, that's maple. And that's birch. And I found the birch seems harder to split than the maple, and I think it's because that birch bark holds it all together. It's like having duct tape.
And birch is twistier.
Yeah.
Twist straight up.
Yeah.
And maple grows straight.
Maple grows straight. Yeah.
We had a lot of big sticks over there, and they split as easy as anything. Just
well, they were straight to
I could have split them with an axe, like, no problem.
Yeah, I found when I was splitting with an axe, when I got maple, it was whack, done, whack, done. You know?
One knotty, twisty piece of birch, you can beat on that with an axe.
That's right, yeah.
And you're no further ahead than when you
And if you got black spruce, you can beat on that friggin' rebar, telling you that's just nightmare.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but is there such a thing as petrified wood? I had 4 stumps when I went down and got that slab wood down at Pier 21 in Halifax that time, but he was building the wharves or the the bumpers for the boats coming in. There's 5 or 6. They're about that round and about that high. And I'm telling you, I could hardly cut them with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Gerald Walcott, a fellow I work with, he took them home and he had to use a wedge and a big hammer to try to split them. But it was like almost trying to hit concrete.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what it was.
Well,
Or maybe the atmosphere was sitting in, or I don't know. But they were some tough.
I found that some trees suck up dirt, and like the bottom foot, man, it dull your saw. You make one cut.
Yeah.
You got to go sharpen your saw.
Well, these were the bottoms. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they were, and they were only, as I say, maybe 2 feet, 2.5 feet high.
Yeah.
And probably, 24 inches round. But I tell you, he took them home for his mother down in Cape Breton, and he said he had some time trying to split them with a wedge and a big hammer.
Well, when they had the big hurricane in Halifax, all the trees down, and there was one down, that little vacant lot down in the block I was in, there's a little wedge of vacant lot. Well, one of the big trees fell over. And Buddy down the street, he went and he got the city guys. He said, "Can I have those?" Because he burned wood, right? So he brought them up. Well, he went out with his axe. He came over to my place. He said, "Can you sharpen my axe?" I said, "Yeah." He went back. I mean, he beat on this thing, and it was poplar. And he beat on this thing, and he beat on this thing. So he said, "No, I'm going to give you the chainsaw." So he went out and he rented a chainsaw. Well, he cooked that one off. Right? Now, there was a guy who lived in the country all his life, right? And he came down, and he's looking at him, and he's laughing. He's laughing at him trying to beat on this thing, right? I mean, you're talking city guys, right? You know shit. So he says, he looks at it, and he goes, "Yeah, okay, all right." He said, "Hit it here with your axe." And he hit it. Piece comes off. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing how you don't know, and how some of the woods are just so hard. And Jurgen up there, he had that big popular blowover, right? And the big stuff was like about 2 foot long, 2 foot in diameter, 3 foot in, or 250, or 2.5 feet in diameter. And he had young Nick there chunking it up, and he said, "Don't bother with that 10 feet down the bottom there. I'm not even going to bother with that." And he conned somebody in to come and take it away. Because he knew. Oh, he knew. He just knew, yeah.
Poplar's not easy stuff to split for whatever reason.
No, it's not. And it doesn't give good heat either.
It's miserable wood.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah.
It takes forever to dry. And
Did they deliver that much? Did they cut that for firewood? Like, would he drop a bunch of that stuff off and then load with you, or no? They stay right away from it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got
It must be good for something. Probably just chips.
Oh, it's good for something, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not good for firewood.
No.
Like I had 2 poplar on my property, and I cut them down. They're only about that big around, and I just chucked them up and threw them on my don't split pile, right? And I'll chuck them in the stove next winter, right? But anyway, no, I'm pretty impressed with that splitter. That's a homemade splitter. And your opinion is that the homemade splitters are far better than the commercial ones?
Depending on how they're built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
You can
pretty
build a
evil,
better
that
one than
one.
you can buy.
Yeah.
It's a pretty evil machine up there.
That is a pretty good old
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes pretty well anything you throw at it.
You don't know how many gallons per minute the pump is?
No,
Are they
I
rated
don't.
at gallons or PSI?
Gallons. Gallons per minute.
No, I don't know.
No.
I know when I bought it, it had a single stage pump on it.
Okay.
And I found when it came up against a tough stick, it would just
Yeah.
sputter and it wouldn't split it.
No.
So I got a 2-stage pump, and it's like there's 2 gears,
Yeah.
a fast speed, and then for free travel.
Yeah.
And then when it comes up against a block
Tough
of
piece.
wood, it drops down into the lower gear and
Yeah.
pushes its way through. It's a much better pump.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd have to have a 2-stage pump on them. All right. The single stage would just.
Well, it would be all right for wood this big.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in strength.
Like I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you had any twisty birch that was 8 inches in diameter,
I don't know what I'd do if I would have in a bunch of wood and got some of the pieces, because I know that little wood splitter I got wouldn't split it.
You'd almost have to try to shave off the ends and sort of work your way to the center, wouldn't you? With
I'd have to get, I'd have to,
or would it not go through it at all?
It may not go through it, but if you had a big stick, you just have to take a little piece off the side and roll it. Take another piece off the side and roll it.
Because you were splitting a lot of them in three.
Yes.
yeah.
If they're, fairly girthy, I'll take one side off and split the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were doing the threes, yeah. But some of them, man, I'm telling you, I'm going, holy shit, look at the wood he's throwing in the, I'm saying, geez, that's pretty big.
No, them bug suits, I'll tell you, buddy, you need them. Them things work.
There's a catch.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they don't bother me. For the life of me, I can't figure out why the flies don't bother me.
I just told you. Not fit to eat.
Not fit to eat.
Yeah, the old shit and left, that's what it was.
I thought it was professional courtesy. Right? So, anyway, I'm going to wrap this up.
Well.
Say goodbye, Carl.
Goodbye, Carl.
Say goodbye, Bill.
See you later, YouTubers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? In all this video, nobody's got to see my beautiful face.
Oh, my God.
Till next time.